Okay, welcome back. This is a Caernarvon. Kind of one of the predecessors to the Centurion. Yep. Sorry, my mother's yelling about Google Play. Okay. Caernarvon, predecessor to Centurion. It has a Canadian flag on it. Just because I like the Canadian flag on this tank. I think it looks nice. Also, there are like serial numbers and things all over it. See? ESD. Although I don't know. It doesn't have rubber track pads. I don't believe that it's actually ESD tank. Has a good gun. I'll do a video of it some other time. It has headlights, and those look like eyes, and this is a mouth. It's kind of cute. But the Matilda was one of the tanks that brought about the usage of the 88 flat gun being used as an anti-tank gun. It had very good armor on the front of it that other anti-tank guns could not penetrate. Oh yes, I'm using the 3-inch howitzer, which is like a big cannon. On mine, it's slow, has pretty good armor, and also, it's funny if you know that. Sorry. Oh no, I don't have it on there. Well, Waltzing Matilda. That's a song. Look it up. I think it's the and yeah, okay, I'm trying to figure out how to say words. Australian National Anthem. There. Done. Okay, yep. And it's not about this tank, by the way. Just this is the Matilda 4. And as my father says, it's fundamentally a waltzing tank. Okay. So, the Matilda. Originally, the Matilda was an infantry support tank, which then stayed in its role as infantry support. And this is the 4th iteration of that. This is the Matilda 4. I believe they went all the way up to 9, although they look pretty much the same after 4 or 5. The first few, 1, 2, and 3, look like totally different tanks, because they were.
Move out!
I'm not even sure what to compare them to. They were ugly, but they were decent tanks. This one is decent. It's got good armor, slow, and if you shoot it on the sides, then it blows up kinda. And if you're like me and you like these really slow moving howitzers, then it's nice. Whoa. There's like an entire house under there that is bloomed up. Anyway, the shells move really slow, so make sure you compensate for that when aiming. It's not especially accurate with this gun. However, the Mark 9 gun on it works pretty good. In fact, I mentioned the usage of flat guns against tanks. This is, after all, the tank that partly brought that about. Near the beginning of World War II, in the final days of France, when the Germans were in essence pushing the Brits into the sea, the Brits launched counterattack with pretty much everything they had, some of which were the Matildas. So, the Matildas started to advance slowly against a German position, which was under the command of Erwin Rommel. They were firing at them with their anti-tank guns, which that was a really slow shell, if you could tell, which were not penetrating.
We didn't even scratch them.
That kind of worried me. Whoa!
Everyone, get out!
Martyr 38T. I don't even know where that was. But anyway. So their anti-tank guns weren't doing anything against these Matildas. So Rommel told them, hey, turn the anti-aircraft guns on the tanks and shoot. And they shot and went straight through the fronts of the Matildas, no problem. And the Matildas exploded. And the Germans pushed the Brits back to England. It looks like a fairly solid tank, and it is. That's really all I have to say about Matilda. I'll take the rest of this time, go back to the garage, and I will talk about another... No. There you are, USSR. Okay. So the Valentine. This is a Lend-Lease vehicle. It's a really thin vehicle, and I've been told that it's very hard to drive because of odd characteristics about it. An interesting thing about the Valentine, this is a Valentine 2. I prefer the Mark 9 Valentine, just because it was a bit faster and it had a better gun, a much better gun than this. But this is what the Russians got from England. The back of it right here, because it is sloped, provides the same armor as right in here in the front. So when using the Valentine, do not face the enemy with your side if you can help it. Use either the front or the back. Sometimes I drive the Valentine backwards, although not often, because that's kind of silly. It's quite unsettling when you look at how thin this tank actually is, because you don't think tanks are going to be thin when you're looking at them, but then this one is. Yep. Has very good armor, pitiful gun, it's slow. That's all I have to say. Okay, thanks for watching.